D'Angelo was and is my hero.
My life is better because of the music and the brilliance of D'Angelo.
My dad's like, yeah, he was the guy.
Soul, seduction, a voice that shaped a genre and a generation. On display in the music video Untitled. It wasn't just fate that led D'Angelo to superstardom.
It's just like a satin ribbon. It's comforting. It's mesmerizing. That's D'Angelo.
In the 90s, D'Angelo's name was on everyone's lips. The music industry recognizing his talent, his depth, and his songwriting abilities, even at the very start of his career.
He was a seminal artist that when he spoke, we all listened.
To performing live on David Letterman.
Our next guest is a gifted musician who's been nominated for 3 Grammy Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome D'Angelo.
Can't tell you about this girl, maybe I should. Met him in Philly, and her name was Brown.
Winning the Best New Soul R&B Artist at the American Music Awards.
All my fans that supported me, yo, I love y'all.
Being interviewed on MTV Live.
You know, a lot of glam and glitz things, so, you know, I kind of want to get away from that and do something different.
Performing on The Chris Rock Show.
Here to do a special Valentine's Day performance is D'Angelo.
Think I don't seem to looking at you. All of them wishing they could have you.
D'Angelo wasn't just becoming famous. He was becoming an icon of a music genre that had yet to be defined.
He is truly the godfather of neo-soul.
I think the point I realized that he really was an icon as a child, you know, going in the barbershop. Y'all know who that is? That D'Angelo son, y'all seen your dad naked on the video?
It was the 3rd single from D'Angelo's critically acclaimed album, Voodoo, released in 2000, that took D'Angelo's fame to new heights. With one intimate video, D'Angelo sang directly into the camera, instantly becoming a sex symbol.
He wanted to be like Prince, but you know, that's why he was to be sexy and stuff. They're like, oh, wow. D'Angelo is a sex symbol, but he's singing R&B and showing who he is and being proud of it.
D'Angelo often credited his idols who helped shape his sound.
You're doing pretty well.
Yeah, thank you.
Who are your musical influences?
Everybody. I love Prince.
Prince.
I love Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Marvin Gaye.
But his career in music started long before that video. His style and sound started in church. Michael Archer was born in 1974 in Richmond, Virginia. Between the pews, the icon we all know was born. The son of a Pentecostal preacher, D'Angelo taught himself how to play piano by 3 years old, learning by ear, and often sang in his father's church choir.
D'Angelo's music, like just the normal ear, right, who's not in music, they're not aware of the complexity.
I've always been amazed by how stacked and full his background vocals are. Like, that is D'Angelo. Those background vocals are flawless and just heavenly, like angels.
Collaborating with his cousins, he started a group called 3 of a Kind. And at 16, he got a slot in the Rising Star Showcase at Amateur Night at the Apollo, winning 3 weeks in a row. Later in his career, he often spoke about what a blessing it was to perform and learn from God.
I went to church because it was an opportunity for me to play. And I used to play every Sunday for the choir, and I love to do that.
But his first break in the industry was producing and co-writing You Will Know by Black Men United.
It was an important record back then because it was a lot of crime and a lot of us killing each other. And, you know, coming from hip hop, that's all I saw.
The song's rise gave D'Angelo the chance for his breakout success. And using the cash prize from the Rising Star Showcase, he bought equipment to record his platinum debut album, Brown Sugar.
Brown sugar, babe. I guess high off of love, don't know how to behave.
1995, Brown Sugar came out. Neo Soul was born.
The songs that D'Angelo have that might bring up the most emotions for me, the Brown Sugar album. And I was really searching for my own purpose in a form of like following my gift to music.
Paving the way for other musicians, D'Angelo was the first neo-soul artist to receive critical acclaim. Brown Sugar was nominated for 3 Grammy Awards and won 3 awards at the Soul Train Music Awards, beating Michael Jackson for Best Male and R&B Soul Single.
And the Soul Train Music Award goes to Brown Sugar D'Angelo!
After his rise to fame, D'Angelo took his time to find his voice outside of his hit debut album.
Less is more. Like, you don't have to drop an album every day, okay? Like, he really took his time. He would drop an album when he was ready.
Recorded at Electric Lady Studios in New York City, D'Angelo's infamous album Voodoo was released in 2000, melding funk and soul, debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart, securing him his first 2 Grammy Awards for Best R&B Album and Best R&B Vocal Performance.
Every time you clicked on a new D'Angelo record or album, it would sound completely different than what the last one sounded like, and that's what made listening to him such an experience.
And his artistry officially brought neo-soul to the forefront.
Neo-soul, musically, it was just soulful.
Yeah.
That's why it just resonated so well. It was touched your heart.
Neo-soul to me back then was also just as much, you know, D'Angelo and Lauryn.
Man, Lauryn Hill, first of all, is the GOAT. I told her, I actually had a chance to tell her, I said, I always say in my interviews, Lauryn, if it's like an apocalypse and it's the last album on earth, the only album I want is Miseducation Lauryn Hill.
Everything is everything. Everything is everything. Everything is everything.
Lauryn Hill's groundbreaking album won the biggest award in music at the Grammys in 1999 for Album of the Year.
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill.
Oh, amazing. I thank you, God. Thank you, Father, so much.
Along with 5 other Grammys overall, serving as a benchmark for neo-soul female artists, and the 2 rising artists supported one another, collaborating on the song Nothing Even Matters, which was Grammy nominated for Best R&B Performance by a duo the previous year.
Nothing even matters.
I sometimes have the tendency to look at you religiously, babe, 'cause nothing even matters to me.
What is it like as a female to work in the neo-soul landscape?
The first thing that comes to mind is that it is fulfilling. But I think it can be difficult as a woman to just sort of forge your own lane and your own sound. I know that some people in the genre don't love necessarily the term neo-soul, they don't, but it is a new soul because it's like what we knew of the greats, right? Aretha. Sam Cooke.
It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come.
Just these brilliant singers and vocalists, musicians and artists. You know, I mean, D'Angelo was a church kid, you know what I mean? So there's gospel in there, there's actually quite a bit of funk in there, there's R&B in there, there's jazz in there, and there's also hip hop, you know, like my interpretation of neo-soul, you know, there's the artists obviously that you know, solidified it, like D'Angelo and Erykah Badu.
To me, Eric Benet, Angie Stone.
Ain't it funny that the way you feel shows on your face, all over your face?
Coveted for her own soulful sound, Angie Stone and D'Angelo were partners in music and once partners in life.
They were both signed with the same publishing company, and they ended up putting my mom with my father to help him finish his project. You know, 'cause I guess it was taking too long to, you know, get it done or whatever. So like they called Angie, like, Angie, you gotta go in there and help him get it done. And They just end up, you know, working together and moving in together, and here I am.
Angie co-writing the emotional ballad, Send It On, with D'Angelo featuring her background vocals.
In my mind, it's about him speaking to Angie, like if there's ever an issue that you're going through, just send it on over here, I got you. To me, that's how I interpreted it, like a beautiful breakup song, but I got you still. Send it on through, send it back to you. Yeah, I love Send It On. I feel it was just a wave of legends, like blessing us and changing our lives and just making the 90s magic.
Coming up, D'Angelo's break from the spotlight and how he's still influencing neo-soul artists today.
He was my introduction into a deeper appreciation for music as an art form.
Everything he had to deal with, you know, as far as like people and the fame. I think at the end of the day, he just wanted to be like a super regular person.
We had a lot of anticipation about this album. What can we expect?
Funk and roll, sexy funk. I don't know, just a little more intense on the soul and on the funk, you know.
I know for a fact he hated like all the hoopla.
He didn't like Hollywood. He didn't like the Hollywood part of it.
No, I don't blame him.
Why do you say that?
Man, because who want to do all that fake shucking and jiving, man? Like, it's like, bro, you don't really care about me for real. You know, so what's the point?
After the release of his critically acclaimed albums, Brown Sugar and Voodoo, D'Angelo walked away from the spotlight. In 2005, he made headlines after he was arrested for drug possession and a DUI at a traffic stop in Virginia. And soon after, D'Angelo was critically injured in a car crash. Then funding for his third album came to a halt.
Would your dad retreat back to Virginia to kind of cut away from the world?
He just stay where he was at and just kick it there. He was very much a loner, you know.
We all know D'Angelo will put his projects out, then he would go back to VA and you won't see him.
14 years after releasing Voodoo, D'Angelo and the Vanguard released Black Messiah.
His music wasn't just about, you know, love, and it was about social change and what was going on in the world.
This is 14 years in the making. Let's start. This is side one of Black Messiah.
I'm listening to it after marching yesterday, and it was like, this is the soundtrack.
After having not released an album in 14 years, you know, for him to come back with such a heavy-hitting cultural, political, and also I say spiritual album, you know what I mean? I think it was important.
In 2014, that's when Black Messiah came out. That was at the height of the Ferguson uprising. And the movement for Black Lives songs like Till It's Done.
Sons and fathers have, soldiers, daughters, what pain do we have, sources to rebel.
Why do you think it was so important for D'Angelo to use his art as a form of liberation?
I can't fight a war with just my left foot, you know what I mean? You need to fight a war with art and with musicians and with movies and with culture. I think especially now, when the chokehold of information of not just what's happening in this country, but is what is happening all over the world. I think artists have a unique conduit and a unique gift to be able to speak to people and get to people through music.
For me, when you look at artists who allow the music to truly express what's going on, those are when the songs are timeless. So like if you look at A Devil's Pie right now.
Ain't no justice, just us. As the ashes, dust to dust. Time has come for most of us.
That record resonates right now with what's going on.
He wrote his songs years ago, but we're seeing the same situations happening in America today.
It reminds me of like strange fruit.
Blood on the leaves. lives and let that love roll.
It evolves and it grows with me every single time I hear it. I knew that what I was listening to was something intense when I was young, you know. His albums, including, you know, Brown Sugar Voodoo, The Black Messiah. I mean, we have too much history that has shown us that artists have been at the helm of many, many revolutions. I love his ability to make these social statements, these political statements, in really these beautiful, soulful love songs that are celebrating Blackness in our culture.
In 2016, D'Angelo and the Vanguard's album Black Messiah won 2 Grammys, one for Best R&B Song and another for Best R&B Album.
We worked a long time on this. It took us 14 years to finish, but we finally did it. Thank you so much. I'm so proud.
That break leading to new career heights. And with his imprint left in the lyrics, younger artists are now taking the reins, honoring D'Angelo in their own music.
A lot of questions, accusations, face smiles and crying faces. It sets a standard for me. I never beat my parents. I never beat Angie or D'Angelo, but I would always play my stuff for them. And even though it's different and it's coming from a new vein, they would still listen with an open ear.
You know, I worked on this record with Ari Lennox, and it's in the vein of a D'Angelo. It's called Deep Strokes.
Body something like a canvas.
To watch someone so young, she was just that she was influenced by D'Angelo and actually probably the entire kind of neo-soul movement, well, that group of artists.
I would say his legacy is artists like me. I mean, he basically got me through chasing my dreams in Los Angeles, taking the Greyhound all the way to LA. What kept me grounded was Voodoo, One More Again, okay, like on repeat. And he was my comfort, he was my blanket musically.
He was my introduction into music as a deeper genre.
What I find so interesting and fascinating about you is that you weren't even into music, like into the songwriting and singing process. And then in 2021, your life changed when you decided to do the cover of D'Angelo's Untitled.
I was still in university in Bournemouth at the time in England, studying poetry.
I said I want to know right now, baby. How does it feel? How does it feel?
We posted it, and then the next day it was, by the morning, Questlove had seen it, reposted it, Missy Elliott had seen it, and it all kind of just, from that point onwards, I guess, to shorten the story, I ended up on this couch.
Oh, baby, how does it feel?
Still inspiring younger artists. And just months after his death at 51 years old in 2025, after a secret battle with pancreatic cancer, D'Angelo, the pioneer of neo-soul, got his flowers in front of the world. His friend Miss Lauryn Hill sang their song, Nothing Even Matters, with his band, The Vanguard, accompanied by Lucky Day, recognizing his contributions to music and culture at the 2026 Grammy Awards.
The world is seems so very small, 'cause nothing even matters.
I love the tribute, man.
Playing with all of these greats, it was great. It was great.
You know, it's just bittersweet. In my mind, I can't help but put mom and my father together. So, you know, in my mind, I'm like, you know, why not honor them both together? My uncles, my grandma, pops, about to cry. This was when I graduated high school.
How proud were they?
They were so proud, man. They were so proud. I don't think I never seen my dad smile this hard. He shows up. I knew he was sick. Maybe like around like if he passed in October, it was like maybe like around June, July. I didn't even know when it started. I had just like called him. His voice sounded weak, like, but he was still trying to talk to me. Like, I'm like, damn, Pops, you good? Like, what's going on? He like, yeah, son, I'm in the hospital.
And here you are having to process not only the loss of your mother at the time, your grandmother as well, and then you get hit with this blow about your dad. How have you been able to even manage?
Making music, lifting weights. I just started with a therapist. You know, that's been helping me. I feel like cheated in a sense. Like, you know, especially with my father, like, you know, I just was excited for what the future held for us.
And I saw all these tributes, and I didn't know D was sick.
When I got the news that he passed, I literally cried like a baby. It was a hard, ugly cry.
When you're in this business, we've been friends for a long time, but we don't get to hang out as much. I don't let people that I know walk away without me hugging or telling them that I care about them, you know, because you just never know, man. I mean, it could be the last time. I don't know why I'm fighting back these tears, even sharing this with you, but
no, I appreciate it.
Every time I saw D'Angelo, he was always smiling.
I don't know. Like, as I get older, people say I look more like my father, but, you know, I look like both of them, man. My mom and my dad, so he left a stamp on the world. Like, he really gave us something that really meant something to people, like, and that lasted the test of time.
Hearing D'Angelo was my first time understanding the lineage.
Yeah.
And understanding the lineage even existed of this kind of thread that went to Stevie.
You say style of life's a drag, and that you must go other places.
Into Sly.
I got to pay me.
Into D'Angelo. All these guys that just like kind of, and I was like, oh my God, I started seeing the line. What you've been listening to is one thing, and now enter the world of soul, the neo soul, the kind of next chapter.
He probably felt like I don't want anyone to see me like this, but he still kept working on his music. I'm gonna leave my legacy behind.
Even in his death, a new chapter may come. D'Angelo was working on new music in his last days, a final offering for the genre he built and deeply loved.
What I admire about your dad was that even while sick, he was still in the studio. Have you heard that music?
We started playing each other's music, like, you know, I play on some of mine, what I'm finna drop, and he like, all right, son, listen to this. The new songs that he did let me hear, I'm not gonna lie, it was crazy. Like, I was definitely excited for him to put it out.
He really had an identity, and you've not heard anyone like that since then. And I don't actually think we will ever hear anyone like that again.
The thing about D'Angelo that I find incredible, and I think is the biggest shame of, I mean, there's many shames of him leaving us, but it's that his albums always defined the generation coming.
D'Angelo, like, that's all that mattered to him was, I want to leave behind something good for the world and something good for people to remember me by.